Are y'all ready? It's time. Woo! Good evening and welcome to Moments with Mama Sue. Listen, I am so excited tonight, and you already know that connecting with you is absolutely the best part of my day. I've been excited all day. You know how you get ready for something and it just seems like it's not going to ever come. And then it finally gets here, and then you're like, oh, you don't know how to accept it. It's just so beyond wonderful. So tonight is going to be one of those episodes that is beyond wonderful. So I want you right now, before we get in too deep, to go ahead and like and share this with somebody else. Tell them we're on the air and we need them to come on and join us. Please like it and share it, because that's the way we build our community. I'm just so excited that I get a chance to connect with you, and I look forward to it every first and third Monday of the month. Been doing it for 5 years. Now it really is a habit, y'all. I look forward to it. And so I do it live every first and third Monday at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Come rain or come shine. And sometimes, y'all remember the early days when I was sending people into cyberspace because my technological skills was really, they were raw. But God has blessed us and we're doing a little bit better in these last and evil days. But I will tell you that it is such a thrill for me to get to connect with you and do all of the things that we get to do. Shout out to everybody who's watching right now in real time. And then we got to shout out to all of those who will watch a little bit later when life settles down for them, especially those listeners who are viewing and watching via WJIL.today, Gospel Radio, Roku, and Fire Stick TV. Woo! Shout out to y'all who tune in on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 3 a.m., 10 a.m., and 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Moments with Mama Sue replays. It's the best thing ever. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for your commitment and your dedication to all of the things that God is dropping in my timeline for me to accomplish while I'm here. It's such a blessing, and I don't take it for granted. I don't take a single person for granted. I've been out here in these social media streets, and I know how difficult it is just to garner attention. Sometimes we think, oh, people can just go viral and they'll just be doing something and everybody will be watching. Well, some may can, but that have not been my testimony. But I will tell you that for every person who has committed to sharing with me, following me, or engaging with me, it blesses my life. And I want to thank you for that. And so if you're not following already, please do that. I'm on all social media platforms. I think I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Clubhouse. Yep. Mama Sue on TikTok. For those of you saying, what is she doing out there on TikTok? I am there. And I'm doing midday moments with Mama Sue. So every day, Monday through Friday, from 12 to 12:10, it's only 10 minutes, Central Standard Time. I'm there with a midday boost, some love and some positivity. So I look forward to having you join me. And then if you're anywhere in the vicinity where I am, please join me. Can y'all believe June is almost over? What has happened to June? What has happened to June? Y'all heard the song, June is busting out all over. She done busted out and she back down. But tonight we have a special guest for Moments with Mama Sue, and you're going to meet her in just a few moments. And then tomorrow, if you're in Midland, America, join us at the Southeast Senior Center, where we'll have a sing-along at 10 o'clock a.m. But if you can't make it in person, if you tag me on Facebook via Mama Sue Roseberry on my Facebook page, I usually go live about 10:30-ish. So you can tune in and you can hear the seniors singing, and I'm playing the piano, and we are having a grand and glorious time. So I invite you to join us. And then on week after next, the 27th, I'll be with the Texas Mass Choir for their youth and young adult anniversary. Oh, it's going to be superb. Our special guest is going to be Meacham Clark, and it is just going to be a fantastic time. So we invite you to come on to Houston. You can follow any information that I have on my Facebook page, or just hit me up in my DMs and I'll be glad to share information with you. But that'll be the next place that you can catch me live. And then on the 29th, for Macedonia Women's Day service, I will be speaking and sharing with you what the Lord shares with me from my heart. So I invite you to catch us at all of those times live. That is a blessing, to be able to continue to go and to share what God has entrusted me with. Now then, I think I have given all of the church announcements. I think I have said all of those things, and we're going to introduce you to our amazing special guest right after this.
It's beyond entertainment. It's an experience. Book Mama Sue Roseberry today.
And it's worthy. Woo, yes. And I love using that as a segue to introducing my guest, because he's so great. He's so great. And what makes me know he's great? is that he has given us amazing treasures in earthen vessels. That's in your Bible. Treasures in earthen vessels. And my special guest tonight is none other than Ariel Campbell. She's a powerful vocalist and songwriter who resides in McKinney, Texas, in the Lone Star State. You would think that maybe she just popped on the scene, but she didn't, because she's been singing and collaborating with numerous gospel legends that you know, such as The Fam, which is her family group, and also performing with others like Kirk Franklin, Israel Houghton, Tye Tribbett, the Clark sisters, and more. I won't go on name dropping, but I will tell you that she also toured with Kirk Franklin on his reunion tour. And all of that was just a preamble to what is going on now. So let me introduce you to the incomparable Ariel Campbell. Welcome, Ariel.
Hello.
I'm so glad to see you.
To see you too, Mama Sue.
It seems like it's been forever ago.
Absolutely.
But when I was giving the list of all those people, I was saying, and me, and me.
Yes, yes. Yes.
Listen, you have been on quite the musical journey, and there are some people who I think came out of the womb singing. You?
Basically. Basically.
Talk about the beginnings, because we don't have her on here tonight, but when we mention the fam, you come from singing stock. Everybody in your family can sing. If it's a dog, the dog barks on key. Everybody can sing. So talk about your beginnings with music.
Oh my gosh. So the first thing that comes to mind is the age of 2. This is a story that my mother, she shared with me. She's no longer here with us, but her legacy still lives on through my sister and I, and through other people as well. But yes, my mom, she is the one that helped nurture and care and take care of the gifts that God has placed on the inside of us. And so she told me, and she shared this story with me at the age of 2, that I sang my first solo. I believe, if I can remember correctly, it was at I think it was a Koji convention. And I took my bottle out and I started singing Silver and Gold. And yeah, I just went from there. And then since then, as soon as my sister came, she took both of us and she started working us. She started nurturing our gifts. She started singing with us. She started going at it. And honestly, she reminded me of Joe Jackson and Maddie Moss. Like really just on us, waking us up in the middle of the night to sing some type of song that she wrote, a melody she heard, all of the things. And so, yeah, and from there, it just took off. And here I am using the gifts that God has placed on the inside of me. And it's because of my mommy that I am one of the reasons that I'm where I am today.
Oh my God. And your mom, not to belabor the point, but oh my God, what a voice.
Oh my
What
God.
a voice. And what a talent. And she had such an ear.
Yeah,
Because if you ever heard her, Tisha could sing all the parts.
absolutely.
Love singing tenor.
Absolutely.
And could hit a note in baritone every once in a while. So
Mhm.
I have to say that she was a phenomenal gift to the body of Christ. And she's gone on to her reward. But let me tell you, her memory lives on,
Oh
on,
yeah, definitely.
legacy. So when she was training you all, did you even when did you know that you could sing?
Mm. That's a
I mean,
great
did you know you
question.
could sing, or was it just I'm walking, I'm talking, I'm doing all the things I do?
Absolutely.
When
At
did you
that
know
point,
you
it
could really
was, but I
sing?
believe like as soon as we got to a point of, I'm gonna go with the age of maybe 7 or 8. That's when I noticed I could do stuff. I could sing. I could hear. I could pick up things and just do it immediately. And just going around the house singing, doing stuff, and I was singing all the time, all the time. I had never shut up. I never shut up. I'm always singing something.
Well, you and Amy were always singing together,
Mhm.
and that's where the fam came from. You
Yeah.
all singing together with your mom, and the harmony.
Yes, ma'am.
OMG, the harmony. Now, if you've ever listened closely to some family groups that sing, what is so unique is how your voices just meld together and
Yes,
your
ma'am.
phrasing, like the Clark sisters. There'll never be another Clark sisters because
Oh
they're in the
yeah.
same
No,
family.
absolutely
They
not.
pronounce words the same,
Yeah.
everything. So
Yes.
that's unique to them, and so
Yes,
it
ma'am.
is for you and your family.
Mhm.
So, do you and Emmy still have plans to record and do more music?
That is definitely the plan. We've talked about it. Even just with my mommy transitioning, talked about working on some things and doing some things. So we have some stuff that's like in the works, some plans that we've talked about. Yes,
Ah,
ma'am.
it's going to be amazing. It's going to be
Yes, ma'am.
amazing. Now, what would you classify your voice as? Do you think you're a soprano, second soprano, mezzo soprano? What?
Mm. I'm honestly like my mommy. I could do all parts. Now the baritone, catch me on a day where I'm hoarse. I can reach it. But for the most part, I'm seen as a soprano. I guess soprano or soprano. I don't know. Just in the soprano arena. That's where I'm typically known for. It's my
Uh,
soprano.
yes. And the trills now, let's go here because you've been singing all your life.
Yes, ma'am.
When did you begin to know that you could do background vocals for some of the most legendary singers in gospel music?
Honestly, it caught me by surprise, Mama Sue. To be honest, like I was, believe it or not, I have been a shy, just to the back type of person. So moments where my cousin, uncle, I call him Uncle Pugga, he's my cousin, but moments where he would try to give me the mic, I would run, I would take off running. My mom, she would be like, now she'd be like, you always doing all that singing in the car and doing all the things, and now when somebody give you the mic, you don't want to sing. And so I'm just like, because I'm cool. Being at home is fine, mommy. It's okay. Like that's where I'm comfortable. But yeah, so it's just like I didn't know that even just in those moments that it was building me up. It was causing exposure. It was God just doing some things and working some things out. And so starting with my Uncle Puga, with him, and then from there just going on. And so that's one of the singing at Uncle Puga's. I believe it was his 30-year anniversary with being in the music industry, where Kirk is the one that like that's when he first heard me, noticed me, and all of the things. And so from there, the rest is history. So since then, I had been working with Kirk.
Wow. Now because Kirk Franklin, all of those K's, Kirk Franklin and Kirk Carr, they scour the planet
Oh
for
yeah.
the absolute best vocalists in the land.
Hmm.
And I have no hesitation in saying that. And the versatility of your voice to be able to sing things. But what gets me most is those very soft and tender phrases. You know, we be coming out all hard singing it, in the choir, but it's so soft. It's
It is.
so.
It's my mom. My mom. She's literally, she was the GOAT. She was the GOAT. She had us listening to just different artists, different genres, and she would work on us, and work us when it came to phrasing, when it came to over enunciating, all of the things. It was very intentional. Yeah, it was her. It was her.
Wow. So now, when we're talking about uh, singing and style,
Mm.
what is your preference in music? What do you like
Oh
when
my!
you're just listening? What's your chill music that you like to
I
listen to?
absolutely love everything. I love listening to all music, for especially for the creativity purpose of things. Like, I'll hear certain things, I get inspired by different things. I love folk music, and just the way that they do things, how their placement, and it's just different things. Like, I'm always hearing. I love, one of my favorite things to do is to discover and find new music, new artists, and to listen to them, and to, yeah. So I just love, and I love country, so just a bit of everything, jazz, all of it. I grew up on with my mom, having us listening to Ella Fitzgerald, all of the things. So yeah.
To have such an eclectic musical style. And
Yes,
that has been necessary because the
absolutely.
artists that you have been working with, they're across the spectrum from very traditional, very, very traditional to a little bit more, some on the country spectrum, if you would
Absolutely.
say, into the
Hmm.
genre, and then some even with a more classical style. You have
Yep.
done all of that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So let's talk a little bit about preparation. How do you there's a process, and it's not just like you can just go and just say, oh, what is your song, and I'm just going to get up there and sing it.
Right.
What is the process
Oh
for
man.
preparing for an artist? What would you do first? Now, they called you and said, Ariel, come and sing with Marvin Winans, background for Marvin Winans. What would be the first step?
First, I would ask all the questions that I need to ask. And then from there, once I've received everything that I need to prepare for it, I'll then start to look over everything, make sure I'm where I need to be, and then I'll start listening. And so sometimes I'll be still, I'll shut everything else off, and then I'll focus in on what I need to focus in on to properly prepare for whatever the event is coming up with that specific artist. And then sometimes, once I feel like I've gotten to a place where I'm like, I've literally have it all down and memorized and all of the things, I'll get to a place of just being still, quiet, praying, um, and just preparing until it's go time.
Ah, well, now like I said, the artists are as varied as very traditional all the way across the
Hmm.
spectrum. Talk about how you get in the mindset to work with each of those artists because they are so different.
Absolutely.
Them is wanting,
Hmm.
they want you to give
Yeah.
something different every time. So
Absolutely.
it takes a special ministry to do BGVs. I'm just going to tell you.
Yes,
It
ma'am.
does.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So basically, with that, first off, I am a person that loves new experiences. I love trying new things. I love learning. I love, um, yeah, just being able to learn from other people certain things that I don't even know. And so with that, like, I'm always open minded, prepared, and ready to learn and to also execute their vision and what they have in mind. And so with that, it comes me asking questions on how they want this to sound. Once I've gotten to the place of being in their presence, being in the space that they're in, and they're sharing their vision, they're sharing exactly what they're hearing and what they want to go for and all of the things. So we practice it, and if it's something that they're hearing or there's something that they're not hearing, just always staying open and remaining teachable. And so I think that's an important piece with doing just absolutely anything, to remain teachable and open-minded, so you can execute the vision that God has placed in their heart and on their mind and all of the things.
I love that. Remain teachable.
Teachable.
Y'all put that in the chat. Remain teachable. Yeah, because we never know it all. We're still learning.
Absolutely.
We're still striving to get to perfection. Now, when the artists are explaining it to you, now you've worked extensively with Kirk Franklin. I bring his name up because he's such a prolific writer.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
he's written so much music, such a huge catalog.
Yeah. Oh,
But
yeah.
I love how he tries to explain
Mm-hmm.
what he's wanting you to give.
Mm-hmm.
Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, ma'am. So first off, he's fun. He's so much fun. The way he thinks, the way he paints the picture through communicating what he is seeing or what he's hearing is dope. It's almost like the moment that he starts to explain, you're automatically like tapped into the space that he's in. And what I love about him is that he uses examples so that way we can embody whatever it is that he's explaining. And here recently we did the single "Do It Again," and so he was like, there was a specific part in the song where he wanted people to feel like the anticipation, but also another type of emotion. And so with that, it was just almost kind of like the way that he explained it. It helped us just cultivate that moment vocally. So he had us to do it again. And this is just how he does it just in general, the process of just each song that I've had the great honor to be a part of, is just him just telling that story through his explanation. And so once he does that, I know for me, it literally puts me in that space. So I know how to say, for instance, I know how to come, like, be loud on a certain part, or come back on a certain thing, or cry, have this emotion of a cry in my voice, or all of the things, so that way we can execute the vision for the people to hear through listening, with whatever song that it is.
Woo, I love that because it is painting a picture.
Mhm.
And I talked a little bit earlier about how tender your voice can be because it's so soft. And it's like, where is he finding these people to sing in these whisper tones?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Mm.
Oh, it is incredible. But listen, the work that you have done or that has been done in your life, all of your life, has just been preparing you for what I believe is the next stage of your ministry and all the things that you are doing. And listen, I want you to stay tuned because right after this, we're going to be talking about Ariel's single. Hold on. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Miss Annie from way down south. She's loud, she's fun, but you'd better watch out. Put on your seatbelt and take the rollicking ride with the unpredictable Miss Annie as she whips and turns and drives straight into your heart. Own it today at www.sueroseberry.com. Woo! Welcome to Moments with Mama Sue. And if you just joined me, you're late, but you're not too late because I have a wonderful guest with me today. Ariel Campbell is here.
Hello.
Hello. Listen, we were talking before the break about how you have been prepared, I feel like,
Yes, ma'am.
every step of the way as you have been groomed for ministry, working with other artists, doing the necessary things vocally so that God could just set the platform for you to move out there with what he had for you. She has a beautiful new single that's called Here. Who wrote it?
So it was me. I wrote it. Then I had my brother-in-law, Ariel Campbell. He got in on it, and then my god brother Nicholas Trailer, he wrote on it as well. And so yeah, and then my husband Jordan Campbell, hey babe, he's the one that just when I first had him to listen to it, he literally got to work on it with producing and with producing it and just mixing it, engineering it. That's what I was trying to find, engineering it all. And so, and with the help of our in Jersey, Jay Carnell, and so, and my brother Jaira as well. So yeah, so it had like a nice little team that helped me bring this single to life.
Lord, well, kudos to you for being able to write and articulate the message in your heart, because this, I'm telling y'all, let me go ahead and put that visual up right quick so that I can share with you all what y'all need to be getting right quick, because it's just all of that. We're going to be following Ariel, but there's the cover art. It's so beautiful for Here. And I was seeing all the announcements coming, that it was coming, and it was actually released on your birthday, which was June the 5th. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
It was my cousin, brother, manager, all the things, Justin's idea. And I was just like, that's dope, Justy. So thank you, Justy, for the idea of that. So, and I was for it. I was like, that would be so sweet, so special.
Well, it's just beautiful. And listen, I can't play it for you because I don't want the YouTube police to shut me down and do what they do when they make all your stuff go crazy and scatter. Right. But we're going to talk about those lyrics because they're so meaningful. Mm-hmm. Now, the song is the perfect, if I was a radio promoter or if I was programming for radio, I would say, oh, it's just the right length, because it's only 2 minutes, I think, and maybe 12 or 21 seconds, something like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Ooh, but it's powerful, y'all. Let's dig into it a little bit, because it just here, not sure what to do, so I'll sit here. Woo, that right there will preach, because so many times we get so busy. Absolutely. Just when there's silence, or we don't know what God is saying, or we're not in touch with what the next move is, we get busy messing up.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So then go on and take us through some more of it. Waiting for the next what?
Move from right here.
Yeah. And then my favorite line, I said, oh, she must have been digging all into my little prayer time. Can you make it clear?
You make it clear.
And he can.
Absolutely.
But sometimes we don't want to wait.
Absolutely.
Oh, this song is so powerful. And then she goes on to say, so do I stay? Do I go? Do I hold on? Do I wait just to go back to square one? What was the motivation behind that line?
So I honestly, I was in a space where I was home by myself, and I had just got through listening to our church prayer live. It's called EDU Every Day Until. And so just in our studio at our old home. After the call got finished, I was just in the room. It was just me by myself in the stool that I'm currently sitting on right now. And so I just decided, I start like, you know what, I'm going to try to work on a song. I'm going to try to go from here. And so I start looking up beats and different things. And so I found the beat that you hear on the track. And before all the other components were there, the acoustic, all the things, piano, everything. It was just a dun, 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 dun. So it was just that beat. And so as soon as I heard it, I stopped and I just start writing the first verse. And then I stopped from there. And then, and from there, I called my brother and I was like, Bubba, listen to this. As soon as he listened to it, he was like, yo, sis, send me that. And I was just looking like, do you like it or not? But I didn't ask any questions. And then he came back and he had the chorus of the song. But from that moment, just being by myself, I was just like, I'm here. I've walked through a lot of different things. I've experienced a lot. And it's just kind of like, God, where do I go from here? Do I stay? Do I go? Do I hold on? And do I go back to square one? Like where do I go from here? And so just using the space that I was in, just being by myself. And I kind of put myself in a space of like being in the middle of the road or just driving. And it's just kind of like you on your, like with your GPS sometimes, and maybe your phone dies. And it's just kind of like, okay, wait a minute. My phone's not coming on yet. So where do I go from here? Do I go this way? Do I go back this way? Or do I need to turn back around and go back to square one? And just start from there, start over, and then wait till my phone charges up, comes on, and then we can go from there. So just kind of just different spaces I was thinking of.
Wow. And then from there it goes. I'm telling you, it's so concise, but it's the prayer that every believer, if you have lived for Jesus 5 minutes, had this prayer, Lord, what is it that I'm supposed to do next?
Absolutely.
What is my next? Because then you go on to say, till then, I'm going to stay right here until you make it clear. I'm going to stay right here. No moving. No moving. I'll just be still till I hear your voice clear. Oh, Jesus. Jesus.
Yeah, that's the part that my brother, it was immediate. Like as soon as I sent the verse and to him, and he was just like, and like within like 5 to 10 minutes, he came back with that. And I was like, we were just painting the picture.
Ooh.
And so I knew just from there, him like coming right in with it, it was like, he knew exactly where I was going. And so to have that, it was just like, yeah, Bubba, this is it.
Oh, it's beautiful. And then then it goes on to say, I'm breaking down these lyrics because I need you to get it. You're going to download it and stream it. Both of those. But listen, then it goes on to say, this weight's a little different. Ooh. I didn't know it would take this long. Anybody ever got tired of waiting? We do sometimes. It's longer than we imagined. And if God doesn't move as quickly as we want him to, so frequently we start trying to bless ourselves.
Absolutely. And mess it up.
Every time. Every time. We end up getting with the wrong people, the wrong places, doing the wrong thing because we got tired of waiting for him to make it clear. And then she says, there's a lesson in this wait. I don't want to be out of place. Woo! See, I'm trying not to get too happy because this is such, you could just go through the word of God and find the substantiation for all of this. Because when you talk about waiting, you don't want to be out of place. That reminds me of the scripture, not to be weary in well doing.
Mm-hmm.
In due season.
Yep. Shall reap if you faint not.
If you don't get tired of waiting until he makes it clear. And then the next part of it now, this is really when you really want to fall out and just lay on your face and do the ugly cry. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. When it gets right here, say, here's my will for yours. It's an exchange. Not my will, but thine. Here's my will for yours. They may stray, but I'll stay. Ooh, there's some talking up my back. Yeah. They may stray, but I'll stay. And you can't be led away because other people think you need to go.
Right.
And then what? And I'll trust you more. Here's my life. Lead the way. I'll seek your face. What?
In this place while I wait.
Oh, bless God. Bless God. And then here's the link, the hinge moment right here for making it all work is this last little line right here. I'll do what?
Keep my eyes on you.
Woo! Now, y'all, I promise you, when you get it, I had to listen to it. I downloaded it and I listened to it. I like to listen to music in my car and turn up the volume. And so I put it in and I was just sitting there listening to it over and over and over and over on repeat. And it just was so satisfying because, when you minister this song, for all of the gray-haired people in the room that maybe don't get it and can't get with it, you could go straight from that into be still and know that I am God. Ooh. I will stay here. Here.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
So when you sing that song, what is the goal of when you put it out? Obviously, God gave it to you in this season where we are at such a height of political unrest and so many things going on. What is the message and the ministry that you want people to take away from hearing this?
Ultimately, to allow God to be God. Give him space to be God. Because we can't lead ourselves. We can't do this life on our own. We can't do what he can do. And so a lot of times we try to put our hands in things and we try to make it happen for ourselves, but we negate the fact that we can't do anything without our Savior. We can't do anything without our Father. And so just having this song and thinking of this song, and I'm so thankful that God placed it on my mind just in that moment, because I wanted to speak from a place that people may feel afraid of speaking from, or they don't have the words to really articulate where they are, what they're feeling, and just what it means. And sometimes you don't have to know. It's okay not to know everything, but to fully trust in God, to fully surrender your will for his will. And it's not going to always look pretty, it's not going to always be comfortable, but guarantee that there is promises and all the things attached to your waiting to where you are. It's very intentional, it's very necessary. And so I wanted to have people to walk away after listening to this song to be encouraged, like to have, like, it's like a faith booster, to let them know that your wait is not in vain. Your wait is intentional, your wait is necessary, and God knows exactly what he's doing with you. And in that, I was reminded of a moment that I was in my room by myself, and I was really young. I can't remember exactly, but if I were to guess, I think I was maybe about maybe 15, I think 15, 16 maybe. And I was sitting in my room, and for some reason I was just like, if I were to ever preach a sermon, it would be sometimes the wilderness is the place to be. And in that, and if you can see just my cover, like everything that I wanted to do, every component in this was very intentional. If you see the other side of the cover, and just the background of where I'm standing, it was in this unsatisfying place, like something that people won't typically choose. But in that space, it was almost kind of like, this is where God can really do some things with you in the places that's scary, in the places that don't look too pretty, that don't look too well, that don't smell nice. It's in those moments where God is cultivating and where he's tilling your ground, where he's uprooting and planting the things that need to be in there, but taking out what doesn't need to be there for you to successfully walk in the next season that he needs you to walk into fully, and just learn just different things. There's so many components that I just was thinking about, but I was reminded of that, and I was just like, oh man, like, God, you're so intentional, and God wants us to be well so that way we can live the life that he has for us freely.
Oh my God. I was just sitting there listening to you, and now you already know, without me having to say, that she's a minister of the gospel, right? You already know that. Because I tell you, the purity or the pure desire in the words of this song have just ministered to me. And I listen to it every day, Ariel. I listen to it every day since I downloaded it. I downloaded it on the 5th, and I want you all to get it too. I'm going to put that visual back up because I need you all to be sure to follow Ariel Campbell. You can follow her on social media. There'll be a website forthcoming in a short while, but let me tell you, in the meantime, connect, get with her. Make sure that you follow her on Facebook and Instagram, and you can be able to be up to the minute with all of the things that God is blessing her to do. She's been singing and traveling with people and in the background. But now God is saying, move to the front. Move to the front and share those gifts of ministry that I have put inside of you. So there's that beautiful recording here by Ariel Campbell. It's available now on all digital platforms. So I need you to go and download it. And I know, let me put my face on the screen so I can say this. I know you got Spotify. I know you got Apple Music. I know you got Pandora, but I need you to have that for $9.99 or whatever you paying. And I need you to also download it. Okay, please download it, because the artists make next to nothing from streams. Okay, it's wonderful to stream, but we want to download. And then I also want you to be guilty of supporting whatever she is doing ministry-wise by following her on her social media platforms. And then I didn't put it on there, but I just need to ask, Ariel, what is your Cash App? Because somebody may want to just say, oh, that just blesses me so much. Let me just
Oh,
encourage her. Let me just buy her, let me buy a cup of coffee or something. What's
yes, ma'am. So I'm actually sharing a Cash App with my husband. Actually, something crazy happened to mine, but it's $ JoJo 2103.
JoJo
2103.
2103? So somebody put that in the chat, family. Put that in the chat. $JoJo 2103. Send us something via Cash App and just let her know. Look at here. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Do you have physical copies of your single, or is it only digital?
Just digital right now. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it's only digital at this point, so I don't have a hard copy for y'all to win, but go ahead and just bless her because it's right to do and encourage her heart. She's a young woman who has sold out to Christ, and we just want her to be blessed. We want her to keep going. We want her to look back and just see us in the background saying, go, go. Go, Ariel, go. Keep singing, keep blessing the
Yes,
body of Christ with your gifts. Now, what's on the horizon? What can we expect in the near future from you?
I am getting ready to start working on some more music here soon. So that's next. And then some traveling that will be coming up here soon. Just some things are being worked out in the background. But once those things are official and solidified, I will be sharing those dates. And or you'll see them coming from my manager, my cousin Justin Rashad. He'll also share those things too, just upcoming events that we have in the works.
Yeah. And if you'd like to have Ariel to come where you are and to sing and minister, she can do all of that too. So I invite you to get in touch with her. You can get in touch with her manager, Justin Rashad. I think I wrote down his information is jrashadgroup@gmail.com. jrashadgroup@gmail.com. Invite her to come for your women's ministry or your young people's group. She's a worship leader at a church in McKinney, Texas, and just so versatile and so anointed. And we look forward to hearing more from you, Ariel.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Mama Sue. And thank you so much for thinking of me to be on your sweet platform. I really appreciate you. And it's an honor that you would think of me.
Well, absolutely. Well, before we close, y'all, I got to give you a chance. I'm going to, Ariel, we don't have a clip to play for them, but can you just hum a verse of, it don't have to be here. It could be anything, whatever you want to,
Okay.
you like, just think about it and get it in your mind. And
Okay.
I'm going to give you the big build up and we're going to have it right here on Moments with Mama Sue. For those of you who are joining us tonight for the first time, be sure and let us know that because I always go back through every recording and I try to connect with everybody who pays attention and shares and engages on this platform because it means so much to me. And I would love it if you would connect and make sure you're connected. You can go to my website at SueRoseberry.com. I have a wonderful connection there. There's a subscriber-based platform, but it's also an opportunity for you to find out what I have going on and be able to read blogs and all kind of stuff that's going on for me. And there are some pretty cool things coming up in the not too distant future that I would absolutely love to have you roll along with me. So please just go there and get connected and let's just stay in touch so that we can do all of the things that God is entrusting to us to do. I'd love to have you follow me and let's make a difference in this world by doing some very positive things, doing some positive things. I'm going to put her There it is. There it is. There's Justin too, y'all. There's the manager, Justin Rashad. But there's the Cash App, $ JoJo 2103. And we want you to connect, do all of the things that are necessary to encourage this precious woman of God. And now, right here on Moments with Mama Sue, we do it like nobody else. Okay, you heard it here. Would you welcome the vocal artistry of Ariel Campbell?
Okay, so I'm gonna go with this one. So whatever my lot thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul.
Ooh, man, I'm not going to try to fall out, but it is well.
It is well.
So, thank you, Ariel, for joining me today. Thank all of you for being here on Moments with Mama Sue. I look forward to the very next time that we get a chance to come together. And in the meantime, be blessed. And I look forward to seeing you out here somewhere, midday moments or on the first and third Monday of next month for Moments with Mama Sue. Be blessed.